We're about 10 kilometers outside Nelspruit, and earlier today a large amount of firearms were confiscated. Here is Brigadier Slati to tell us more.
Today the police received information about firearms that were kept in a farm in Edcake, just on the outskirts of Nelspruit. They then set off to investigate the allegations. Indeed, when they arrived at the farm, they found a total of 121 assortment of firearms and ammunition. And in that process, a 43-year-old man was found at the scene who confirmed that he knows something about these firearms, was then brought to book. Hence, is expected to appear before the Nelspruit Magistrates Court tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Brigadier.
From what we understand, these firearms were mostly very, very old, almost antique weapons. It was owned previously by the suspect's father, who passed away recently, and then subsequently he inherited these firearms.
What happened today was my business partners and close family friend of mine's, his family heirloom part dealership firearms were confiscated by the police earlier today. It's a major shock. I mean, I know this suspect very well. Of course, I'm in business with him, but yeah, it's a big shock. I mean, I know that all his paperwork and everything was in order. I don't know quite yet the reason for the confiscation of the firearms. I know there are rumors already going around that a lot of it was assault rifles and military rifles. That's not the case. As far to my knowledge, most of the firearms were really old firearms from the 18th century and old military firearms that were part of the suspect's father's collection. There were some new firearms which belonged to the dealership, which weren't part of the old man's collection. It was mostly old shotguns, old hunting rifles, old target rifles, because the family's been very much into their target shooting. They've done it, as far as I know, internationally. They've done target shooting.
You've seen some of these rifles. You said
Yes.
There's also things such as muskets.
Yeah, I mean, there were old muskets, old flint-lock shotguns. There's an old set of dueling pistols, as far as I remember. Most of the things weren't working or had pieces missing with the old firearms. But yeah, I mean, it's very tragic because it's things that have been with the family for a long time. I mean, the suspect's father was in his late 80s, as far as I remember, and he's just recently passed away.
The suspect will appear in court on Thursday, and for that reason we can't give his name or details at this stage. I hope that you've got a better understanding of where these firearms came from and why it was kept here on a farm at Edcake, just outside Nelspruit. I'm Etienne for Suburb News at Edcake. Goodbye.